Judge Uttam Ramo murder case and the Kanjawala hit and run incident in Delhi. These cases demonstrated how enhanced video frames and reconstructed timelines can assist investigators in unfolding the true sequence of event. So, the speaker also addressed an important systematic issue, the non-functionality and or absence of CCTV cameras, especially in public places and police stations, where courts have repeatedly criticized as a serious lapse affecting transparency and accountability. So, this particular expert lecture was concluded with the vote of thanks by Dr. Mohammad Kaf. Then there was a 1 hour lunch break at 12:30. So after lunch break, session 2 of the day 4 FDP began at 1:30. And this session was about the interactive presentation and discussion among faculty members and the participants. So this particular final segment of the day featured a short presentation by faculty members and participants, such as Dr. Brajesh spoke about the CCTV surveillance. Ms. Mini Chakrapani spoke on the use of CCTV footage as evidence, and Mr. Amar Anshul gave a detailed insight on the relevance of CCTV surveillance in law and the criminal justice system. He also highlighted how CCTV technology has become indispensable in addressing contemporary crimes, enhancing transparency, ensuring accountability of authorities, and supporting fair adjudication. Ms. Neha talked about the issue of CCTV footage and privacy rights. Ms. Amrita spoke on the CCTV evidences and legal challenges, and Mr. Brajesh Kumar presented on CCTV installation at public places, emphasizing the policy consideration and infrastructural requirement. Lastly, Mr. Gaurav Yadav explained why CCTV data matters in forensics, focusing on its scientific value in reconstructing crime scenes, establishing timelines, and corroborating witness testimony and identifying connected technology with legal theory, constitutional safeguards, and practical investigative needs. So the session concluded with an emerging interactive discussion that explored the credibility of visual evidences and the role of forensic experts. So overall, the proceeding of the day was significantly enhanced participants' understanding of how CCTV surveillance operates at the intersection of technology, forensic science, and law. So, so that's all about the day 4 report. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a comprehensive report. Moving forward towards our expert session of the day, we are delighted to welcome Dr. Navjot Kaur Kanwal, who is a competent academician having 18 years of rich and extensive experience in teaching and research. She did her MSc in 2000 and bagged first position in her specialization during MSc and immediately qualified UGC NET. She is the founder faculty member of APJ Abdul Kalam Institute of Forensic Science and Criminology, Bundelkhand University, Jhansi, and worked there for 8 years and received appreciation letter from BPRND, Ministry of Home Affairs, New Delhi, for organizing the first national conference in forensic science in Uttar Pradesh in 2001. From 2013, she worked in one of the premier institute of forensic science in whole Asia, that is the Department of Criminology and Forensic Science, Dr. Hari Singh Gaur University, Sagar, Madhya Pradesh. Presently, she is holding the post of associate professor and head in one of the most prestigious departments of Guru Ghasidas Central University, a University of Chhattisgarh State. Her research includes digital forensics, facial forensics, questioned documents, and fingerprints, and has the credit of developing the first full fledged MOOC course on digital forensic for Swayam portal of MHRD. For the academic excellence, she has been attending various conferences, short term courses, workshops, and continuously indulged in organizing various conferences. And she has also published one book and around 30 research papers in different national and international journals of repute. As a mark of sincere gratitude, I would like Professor Dr. Pallavi Gupta, ma'am, the head of Department of Law, to share some valuable words.
Thanks, Ms. Samrita. I would like to welcome Dr. Najat Kawar. Yeah, Dr. Najat Kawar, we remember we were colleagues in Bundelkhand University. If you remember, I was in law department and we were in forensic science department in Jhansi, long back in 2002.
That's nice, ma'am. Oh, oh, nice to recognize. Oh, I recognize the face right now. Oh, nice to meet you, ma'am.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it's such a sweet surprise.
yeah, definitely. It's a surprise for us also. Connecting here in James Data and
Yeah,
Bhasidas University. So
yes,
I think your lecture we will be educated on this topic. Although forensic science is always connected with the law, it's a part and parcel, although both the disciplines are different, but it is connected for same purpose to investigate the crime, to fix the accused. So this is the main purpose for the law, to give the justice, and this is the purpose of forensic science as well. So I would like to welcome you personally, and sometime whenever you visit Delhi, please let me know. We will, otherwise we will invite you. Okay?
surely. It'll be like surely.
So over to
Indeed, a pleasure.
Samantha.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, as a token of sincere gratitude for your valuable time, we are delighted to present a virtual bouquet to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Really a privilege. Thank you.
A very warm welcome to you, ma'am. And now I would
Thank you.
request you to kindly take over the session.
Thank you, Ria. Thank you for having me. And it's always a pleasure to be associated with your peers and to share your knowledge with your peers and just to enhance my own knowledge in this. Even if we are connected through this virtual platform, but it gives us a lot of opportunity to connect with the old friends or the colleagues. Thank you, Palvi ma'am, for reminding me those beautiful days. Thank you. Hope to see you in person sometime. So I'll share my presentation. Just let me know if it is visible. I'm switching off my video, so it'll be consuming my data. Is it visible?
Yes,
Is it
ma'am.
visible? Okay. Okay. So I'll be in full screen mode. If kindly give me any hint, if any question is being raised or my voice is not audible, because I'll be sharing the full screen.
Sure, ma'am.
So, hello everyone, all my dear colleagues. So, my topic, which is being assigned to me, is the relevance of cybersecurity in this digital era. and the science of digital forensic. See, I'm going to talk something about which is almost indispensable. It is very mandatory. It is almost inseparable right now in this digital era. That is the cyber world, and the term associated with is the cyber security. How we can ensure our security in this cyber. Hello, hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Is
You're
it
audible.
okay? Okay. So why I'm going to talk about this, because in this digital era, so you have been, it is like a fourth fifth day of your, it is almost the last day we are talking about this digital world. So you must come to know about what is the digital world and what is the importance you have already come across. So I'll be again emphasizing about the few points in relation to the cyber security, because these digital appliances, right, these digital appliances, they are being used as a tool also, as a target also. And what to say, it is the most important, what you said, the evidence right now to in during the trial. And it is the most important evidence for the IOs, for the investigation agencies, because it holds everything which is being connected to you. I always tell my students, like, the the first thing we are using in the morning is like you get up and you just pick up your phone and you just start scrolling and sending messages to your loved ones. And at the last thing you're doing at the end of the day is like you saying goodbye. In between whole day, whatever activities are you are doing, it is more or less being connected through this cyber world, or it is being assisted by the this cyber world. So that means, what are your likings, what are your dislikings, what are you purchasing, what are you not interested in, what is your friend circle, to whom you want to connect, what type of the banking you are doing, what type of the communication through emails, through social media you are doing. Everything is being recorded, and in addition to that, to whom you are calling, to whom you are like very frequently calling, and to whom you are blocking, and what is your location, everything is being stored on this digital trails. So that's why this as an evidence it is important. And it is like, because I said that we are going to talk about like why we should how we should use it, and how we should secure it. And because everything associated is being residing in this type of the what you say instrument, so you need to be protected. So that's why this is my preface. So let's start with it. So you have already come to know what is digital technology. That you have like lot many deliberation in terms of CCTV surveillance and everything. So that is also a type of the digital appliance. So I just want to like overview, like it refers to the electronic tools. You obviously know earlier we were using the analog technology. Now we are like have jumped everything, every appliance. If it is your laptop, if it is your mobile, if it is your smartphone, if it is like your personal digital appliance, every technology is having this like this information is being stored as a digit, that is 1 and 0. So everything which is using on this is like we are connected through this digital appliance only, and that is one assisted digital technology is like we are connected through web technology. That is one application that we are right now using is like we are connected to the Zoom meeting. So it is helping us in more or less many ways. So in addition to that, the most advanced technology right now, everything is being assisted by. Right now I was studying that this Zoom is AI assisted right now. So this artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and blockchain, they are also being a part of our lives right now. So everything is being connected right now. So it is a boon. Everybody knows it. It gives us lot many good things. As I said, like in the starting in the morning and till the last ray of the light, we have been using this technology. If it is like tell us like we are connected. I already told about like we have been disconnected using for it for the academic purpose. We are using this technology for the research. We are using it for the e-commerce. Commerce is almost being converted into the e-commerce. Government is emphasizing onto the e-governance, like paperless technology. All our communication is through this e-communications. Talking about all every avenue, you talk about the e-classes, you talk about the e-publishing houses. Publishing houses are being converted, and there is nothing analog technology, everything being generated through these AutoCAD or some other technology, and you are being helpful by this digital technology, right? And when this is technology when this technology is being assisted by like, sorry, so I said like list of good things we are talking about, but being the forensic expert and you being the law associated with the law, the most uh, most avenue which is coming in front of is the bad side of that technology. That is, we usually talk about the crimes, how to investigate crime, how to go for the trials, and how to present it into the court. So we'll be more emphasizing about this cyber crime. And why we talk about this cyber security, because obviously there are lot many threats which we are facing. That's what we say as the cyber crime. So cybercrime is cyber. You everybody knows when any type of the computer, whether it's a laptop, it's your smartphone, it is your smart watches, it is anything which is being connected by the internet. That word is called as the cyber word. So when any activities is conducted by using any type of the appliance which is being assisted by this internet technology, that is called as the cybercrime. So let's have some numbers. So as we are like we have faced some of the very severe pandemic of the century, that is the COVID, and the post COVID, the dependency of the this technology has enhanced many folds. We have learned how to be connected through on this virtual platform. That's how we learned that online classes. And earlier there was no concept of giving mobile to the children, but that's COVID has made us to give such type of the technology in the hands of very immature people. That's again a challenge for us to how to the very precisely use these technology. But anyhow, so talking about why I'm showing this number is because I'm just want to show that how this dependency and obsession has increased because the number of user has been increased. So almost we are reaching in the this in India the 936. That must be like dynamic number. This reference is from the 2023. Right now, I was going through that today scenarios in the world. Almost 6 billion people they are using this technology. That means more is the usage. Everybody is not going for the right usage, and there is more or less the abuse of this technology, or we become knowingly unknowingly become victims, or we knowingly unknowingly like commit some type of the crime. For example, some messages we are receiving in the early morning or some type of our social media account, we randomly forward it, and just not precisely knowing the content. And that's how we ourselves become ourselves in the loop of this committing this crime. So everybody knows like sending some type of the inappropriate messages to someone or forwarding it again at times. So my law colleagues are there, so they must be knowing like it itself is a crime. So it has, since the usage and every second work is being done by this technology, so dependency almost has led to the option the obsession, that we are obsessed. We are not getting any messages, we are lost, that something is being missing in our words. So I happen to travel many a times, and sometimes there I'm out of networks, and it is true for all of you also, I suppose. So excuse me. So if my network is going like I'm missing my network, and so many messages are being left out. Oh, my student, they must be connecting with me or something. very important message is being left out to me. So that means we are so much connected and we are so much dependent on this technology. So let's see how we can classify, uh, just to make you aware that how, at what level you should be very aware of these different type of the cybercrime. So there could be web-based attacks, there could be system-based attacks. Web means your network is being disturbed, excuse me. And second is system-based attack, that your system is being at the target. Excuse me, my throat is having some problem today. Yeah. So these are the web-based attacks, that is injection attacks. There's nothing like in the usual type of the injections, like, but they are being named as, see, every information in the servers is being stored as databases, or information is being stored in the servers. So if you want to have some information, you have to have some type of the language. For example, if I talk about the SQL, that is structured query language. So you have to send various type of the commands to the servers that I want that particular data. For example, somebody is knowing that, yeah, this is the target servers, and everybody, hello, everybody agree that we are working on to the client server model. Everybody knows this. We being client, we are asking, we are seeking some information, and that has to be asked from a server. Agree? Hello, agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So if some miscreant, they are seeking some information, or they want to disturb that networking. So they, what they'll be sending, they'll be sending some type of the unwanted type of the SQL injection, that you can say the various type of the commands or the various type of the injections into that network, so that information is being manipulative, or that is being fetched or misused. So this is one type. Then you have spoofing. DNS stand for domain name server. Domain name server is, everybody of you must be knowing that that servers, they don't identify you as the, maybe your institution, or for my institution. My institution is like ggv dot www dot ggv dot edu dot in, right? But that server don't identify us as this URL. They identify us with particular numbers. So that indexing is being done by this DNS. For example, somebody is changing this indexing, and somebody is like, spoofing means somebody, some information is being sent to some incorrect IP address. Like, for example, it should be sent to me, but actually it is not being sent to me. It is being sent to that hacker which is using that spoofing technology. So it looks like it is coming to me, that, but actually my IP address is being spoofed. So that information is going to hacker. So that's a type of networking, what you say, web type of it. Then again, session hijacking. It is again a security attack onto the user share session. So see, you being very aware of, like, there is no such word of basically primarily as hacking in the IT Act 2000. It is basically unauthorized access, which is mentioned as the, like, as a crime. Section 42 states that if anybody, uh, without your permission, having the unauthorized access to your system, to your network, to your networking devices, it will be called as the it will be called as the crime. So so anybody, for example, simply this session is meant for you and me people, but anybody want to hijack it, like somebody else which is not being authorized, so that will be obviously eating up the data, and they'll be disturbing that whole the session. So again, it will be network web type of the attack. Then the phishing attacks. Phishing is type of attack attempt to steal the sensitive information. For example, phishing is, say, in this virtual world, you have two very important criterias which you need to be protect. Can you name those two parameter which always need to be protected? Yes, in this virtual world. What is my identity in this virtual world? Can you name this any type of the identity we are having in this virtual world? Hello? What type of identity we have in this virtual world? Yes, anyone? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Our name or photographs.
Ah, but how to reach those name and photographs? Again, if I ask, like for example, my identity in this virtual world is my Gmail, my email, my my social media accounts. For that, what we have? The login and the password. So my answer is, what your identity is your login, and just to enter in that login is you need to have the password. So that is the most important criteria. It is true for anything. That's why we are going for multiple securities. We are going for protecting it, not this login password, but initially we want to protect it through biometry, also through various type of the surveillance, also we through various type of the मल्टीपल बायोमेट्री. सी इफ इट इज आधार, आधार में हमें पास मल्टीपल ऑप्शंस है, मल्टीपल तरह से हमें हमारी आइडेंटिटी को प्रोक्लेम किया है थ्रू बायोमेट्री. बायोमेट्री मीन्स the measurement is being converted as a digital type of the hash value through which we are being identified. So through in this which virtual world, my identity is my login and password. So if somebody is sending you, calling you like you have won this credit, or you have won this prize, or if you just click on this video, or this is very interesting video, and you'll be given this opportunity and that opportunity, that lot many perks you have been shown, and you just press that link, you press that photograph, but photograph may have some hidden agenda or something like that, or you just click onto the phishing websites that you happen to go to apply for some type of the, like you want to purchase some type of the item from some website. And there are phishing websites also, like they lure you with low prices and something very tempting, and you happen to click, and you just stand nowhere, you just pay the uh, uh, you give do go for the payment also, and at the end of the day you are left with nothing, just there is no acknowledgement of that your payment, and you just lost in this virtual world. So that is the phishing type of the attacks. So these are the again brute forces. I said just to identify, just to go inside your this virtual type of the identity. Somebody needs your password. So this brute force is a type of attack which is being done just to sniff, or this is basically a measure to password cracking. So your identity has to be cracked through cracking your password. So this brute force is multiple option as being attacked. So you being everybody knows when any deliberation you come across regarding this cyber security, you happen to learn one takeaway is that you have to have secure password. So secure, why everybody is emphasizing on this? Because I just said, because in this virtual world your identity is being protected. The way you are putting your password, the way you are changing your password. And I would again ask you to take this takeaway from this my lecture also, that you have to have a very secure password, the longer password, the password having alphanumerical characters or special character. So that's how, because the longer it is, the more will be it will be protected, and the multiple characters will hinder this brute force to identify or to sniff your password, right? Then you have the denial of services. See, any services, for example, you want to apply for some type of the post. For example, some post is being coming on your organization, and they're asking that you should apply online, and there is some deadline. For example, 7th, on today itself, 9th is the deadline. So any other person doesn't want that it should be applied by some outsider, and what they could attempt, they could have the denial of services, that services will be hindered from its authorized users. So those users, they won't be able. How? Because they'll be using some type of the bots, like some type of the computers which are being having some vulnerability. They are being identified online. So a lot many hackers, they are sitting for this job, and they are doing this as a gray hat hackers, or maybe like the black hackers. So they are identifies various type of the these vulnerable type of the computers. And when those computers, they are in control of those hackers, they send this unwanted request to this server. So the server is not able to take the request as you want to apply this application. So for example, this is being attacked by the hacker, and your application is being lost somewhere because that is not being reaching to this server. So that's how the website is. Again, the url, everybody knows that this is the specialized address which is being given to you when you go for searching any type of the websites. So if it part of it is being changed, so that could be manipulated by the hackers. So these are the few names. Since side by side I need to talk about the digital forensic also. So how to see, there are similar tools which are being used. There are three category of digital forensic, or you can say the cyber security. The names I have will be using you simultaneously. So there is preventive type of the cyber security, or preventive type of the digital forensic. There is active type of the cyber security, and there is a reactive type of the cyber security. So there are some things which are being used reactively. These are, for example, if you want to search for any type of the activity, any type of the attack, what you are going to do? So if I go for the command base, it will very difficult, I won't be able to address this. So that means I need to have some type of tools. Tool is always referred something which is helpful in making your job easy. That means there are many type of the open source tool also. Open means anybody can use it, and there are multiple tools, and they're proprietary tools. That means you need to pay for that. And if you ask me, ma'am, is it like okay to use open source and just to furnish your information and your opinion and to present into the court some type asks for some type of the standard tools. For example, there are various type of they ask like it should be like not open source tool, it should be proprietary tool, because the evidence is being if analyzed with this standard admittable tools, then it will be admitted. The job of the forensic expert and the opinion is being admissible easily. But if you use open source tool, being students, we are not like in the organization. It is a dynamic technology. Every new day, new technology is coming, new type of the attacks is coming, and we need to address with multiple tools. So at some time we are being constrained with non-availability of the tools. That's how we can go for the practice purposes, we can go for the open source tool. So these are the various tools which are being used to check the activity, that is the log activity, what type of the activity is being done on the websites, onto the any type of the application, or some other type of the operating system. So there are various type of the tools which we can use to which can help us. So again, there's type of the various type of the crimes. So the man in the middle, this is the client and
Excuse me, ma'am, you are not audible. Ma'am, your mic has been muted. Kindly
Hello, is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sorry. So this is the most conventional type of the everybody knows you like how you can protect your system. So the one answer is coming from everybody of you must be like it must be antivirus, isn't it? Agree? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is not the only type of the challenge we have. We have multiple malwares. I'll be showing so like few slides further also. Like there are worms again. They all are the malwares. Trojan horses which look friendly, but they are actually not. Backdoor are again type of the some type of the malwares which help the hackers to get the entry into the system using some type of the vulnerabilities. Bots are I've already mentioned because they are vulnerable. These all why they are system type because they try to exploit your system. आपकी मेमोरी अनवांटेड तरह से भर जाएगी, आपकी आपकी स्क्रीन जो है ब्लैक दिखने लगेगी, आपको ऐसी फाइल दिखेगी जो आपने कभी बनाई ही नहीं, कुछ ऐसा डाउनलोड आपने कर लिया है जो बैकएंड पे आपकी मेमोरी को खा रहा है और धीरे धीरे आपका तभी तो कहते हैं वायरस आपकी कोई भी चीज खराब हो जा रहा है वायरस आ गया है मेरे सिस्टम में वायरस आ गया दैट्स नॉट द ओनली थिंग देयर मल्टीपल टाइप ऑफ द मॉलवेयर. So in this digital era, we have again threats are more enhanced using the AI. See, you are being assisted by everybody is using Chat GPT and every other job is being done by the AI. Even I already mentioned that this Zoom meeting is also again this is AI assisted also. So AI इतना powerful हो गया that knows what is your next step. You see, you have some type of the like a plan type of the routine which is being observed by some type of the like you can say as a spy. That could be a AI. If somebody wants to have some attack using the AI, they could have a spyware like yes, this person is in the morning he's getting at the 10 o'clock, he's getting up the 6 o'clock, and then it is moving from this plate to this plate for walking for some time and again come back having like chatting at this time with so and plan. That means you have some particular routine, and Saturday Sunday some particular routine, you're going for some outing. So that means AI knows better than you what is your next step. We are not like it could have some presumption like you are going to do some. So it could be having some type of the relevant attacks onto your system. Again, cloud exposure, since our all the information is in the cloud is the third party uh, uh, like servers, they were being housed at distantly somewhere in California, somewhere in Manchester, somewhere in like our information is distributed because it cannot be handled in a single server, so that's the cloud arrangement. So supply chain risk, again, all the e-commerce is being assisted by some type of the technologies are called as the blockchain. So they can be exploited. So data which is being very important, that is also being exploited. So let's have this crime that and at like having some other lens through other lens. So it is against person, against property, against government. This you must have learned, must have come across. Some crimes, as I said, your identity on this virtual world is your email, your social media account, your banking account. This is the most three important criterias which are like very dear to you, which is mandatory because every other job, even if you are as a student, even I am as an employer, even somebody is working into some type of the very reputed corporate houses. So everything is being done through these type of the communication medias, right? So you everybody agrees that email, how my email is being at the verge of attack. If anybody can uh, tell me any type of the attack which is done through email. Yes, how your email can be attacked, how it could be misused. I've given example also in the slide. Yes. And so I've shown that there's spam mails. Everybody agree? Like lot many unwanted emails you are getting. if you're getting some email, what is the bad thing, madam? If somebody is sending me some type of the emails, see what will happen. These emails, spam email, you have some limited data which is being given to your inbox. So these spam mails, they'll obviously filling up your inbox, and they'll hinder the required email to being coming to in your inbox. So there could be threatening emails, there could be email spoofing. So your email could be used by the hackers. It will be looking like that you are sending that email, but actually it is not being sent by you. Your email that will be spoofed by hackers. So social media accounts, everybody knows the most obsessed thing nowadays, by you, by me, nobody can deny that the social media accounts, your Instagram, your WhatsApp chat, your what you say, your reels, so everything, your Facebook. So we want to portray best onto your social media. So what is the bad thing? So lot many metadata is going, metadata everybody knows, through your pictures, through your information, lot many metadata is being going through these messages, that from where you are sending this information, uh, and what is your location, what is obviously picture says lot many things where you are. So that will be helping the hackers or some attackers to misuse your this information. So for
Excuse me,
example,
ma'am.
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am. Our participants are also writing in the chat box. You may check their answers there.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Uh, Give me we may have sometime we receive emails like not proper, maybe system may be hacked. So I'll be answering this all this question at the end of the session, if it is okay.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
it's
Sure.
okay.
Yeah, this very general question I'll be answering it. Very, very. So again, banking account, all your banking is being done through e-banking. Nobody is standing in the line for the deposit or the withdrawing of the money. Every second, where you are sending through the UPI. See, UPI is the unified payment interface, which is like the biggest type of the interface being generated by the India. And there are a lot many frauds which are being coming through the UPI, because you hardly know about the, you just scan the information and you hardly know where it is going. So that is a challenge with the various type of the technology, and we'll know how to make it safe. So against the person, your hello, against the property, am I audible?
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am, you're audible.
So against the property, your mobile, your laptop, your IoT, see, I can afford 1,000 or 2,000 rupees, which is second hand, third hand. I or you may afford some type of the iOS model, that is the operating system is Apple. So that will be costing around 1 lakh. Also, the laptop same for the true. That means it is an asset for me. If it is being like it is a on the top of that, it is a necessity also. My mobile is my necessity, my laptop, I cannot go without my laptop, because everything I have to do, I have to present my uh, deliberation through my laptop to my students, to my peer groups, or some type of the IoT devices. For example, nowadays there are smart houses. Starting from the entrance, you have the smart doors, smart television, smart ACs. Everything is being controlled. That the appliances have also become smart. That means they are being connected through internet, and yet they can be controlled distantly. That means if anybody wants to hack this information again, just to enter this information, enter these appliances, you again have some type of the biometric control, or you could have the passwords, which could be protecting you on this being hacked. So yeah, this I've already talked about. There are different malwares are there, viruses, adwares. We happen to have various type. See, everything is being interconnected. See, you search something one day, and the next day you try to have various type of the pop-ups. Like you, one day you search for some type of the appliance. Like I want to purchase some type of the laptop, and next day lot many pop-up are there coming to your Insta account also, your Facebook account also, because everything is not being served to you as a free by the Google. They ask for you that your information will be shared to the third party, and no wonders your images uh, they are being shown at some part of the world. Showing some as a advertising agency or somewhere else, they could be morphed, they could be edited, and they could be used also. So that means everything is, this technology is being connected, and you get the adwares, they're good, there's nothing bad, but at back end there could be malicious coding, worms again, they attack to your various files, trojan I've also told them. Ransomware is not a nowadays the big headache for the uh, government organization, even mighty, the Ministry of Electronic and Information Technology, they have issuing various type of the guidelines related how to safeguard. You must come across the various type of the ransomware. So if you want to have a check on that, you can go to the METI site. They give lot many guidelines regarding what are the latest type of the ransomware. I'll be showing some type of the slide also in further my deliberation. Then spyware, again I said there could be some type of the malware which are keeping a check on your activity, that what you are going to do, what are your passwords. They just want to sniff your password. They could be key loggers, that how you are pressing your keys. Somebody is having like that malware could be installed onto your system. You press for some banking account, and then you press whatever keys you are pressing, they're keeping a check on those keywords, and that's how they check your password. Again, the government, how at the like online government could be attacked. See, there are like lot many uh, what you say malwares, or lot many applications through which such type of the activities are being done. There could be cyber warfare. Everybody has witnessed the latest type of the mission Sindoor. I'll be showing the slides also. So it was more or less nobody was standing onto the borderline. It was all controlled through the switch of like the press of a button. So distantly placed missiles were launched and were identified. Their hidden places, they were bunking bankers. They were identified and they were attacked using these very sensitive information. So that information, now it is that all that information which is being stored that in this automated missile range, that is how that could be compromised. That is the most type of the uh, agenda to various government organization. For that, they install some type of this spyware also. You must have heard of the Pegasus also, that lot many politicians information and other information that was being sniffed using this Pegasus. So espionage again, that spyware is being done onto the various type of organization. DDoS, I've already told about that. Intended information which is being hosted by the government, that is not being reaches to its citizens. So that information which government wants to furnish, that is being denied. So that's main concern is dark web and the deep webs. So various type of the there are various type of the browsers, I would say, all together, which are browser. Everybody knows they are the application through which the networking is being. You can search the website. So if such of the browser, onion browser is there, through which such type of the item being hosted, which are objectionable, which are against the law and order of for the government, which is a challenge for the government, and that's how it is against the government and organization, a big concern. Hacking, everybody knows hacking. Every next day you come across that some website is being hacked, some your website or the government DRDO website is being hacked, and some other organization. So these are the being hackers. They are big challenges. That means, you got to know some type of the hacking tricks, and you not to have the hacking ethical hacking courses. So it is a good professional option also. It is very payable also. It is a challenge also, and government need them also. That's why there are multiple type of the hats being given to them. Black hat means every time that those hackers doing bad job. Gray, sometimes they go for the government also, they go for the personal agenda also. White hats, those who are doing for the good job only. Then this script kid is like immature. Somebody type will learn about the some type of the hacking tricks and they just commit it. Then the state sponsor these hackers and hacktivists. They raise the slogan against the government and against the some organization or against some type of the caste and creed. Again, they are doing challenge. So crime against intellectual property, we being academicians, and in this era of chat GPT, every if you wish to have some type of the proposal, wish to have some paper, that within few seconds it could be prepared. But legal challenge, or what type of the uh, obligation we people have, that we should have purely like anti plagiarism type of the paper or the proposal. So there are many tools also which could be like having आप कोई thesis जमा कराते हैं तो everybody knows you have to have anti the plagiarism report, that how much permissible amount of the data, whether it is properly cited or not. So there are crimes which could be identified. So there are various type of tools also, that the various type of the which state that how much data is being copied, or which is not given like the due citation which it should be given. Again, it is a crime. Again, trend is like why we are talking about this, that annual projected loss will be the 10 trillion annual loss will be is projected. I said the biggest headache for the government is ransomware. Then critical infrastructure is being targeted, like government organization or the DRD or the defense organization, they are being targeted. They are being specified. State sponsored attacks are also there, which are being big challenges for the government. So again, few data, just to make it more intricate, that 68% of rise in cyber fraud, and you'll be surprised to know that what type of the organization are being at the target. So I already mentioned that unified payment interface, that the UPI you are doing, that is Scam at the search. The second most type of the organization which is at the target is healthcare and the hospitality. We presume it will be defense or something else, but nowadays the healthcare, because lot many patients data is being already compromised. The aims, I'll be showing some next slide, that aims data is already compromised. Hospitality, lot many hotels, because what type of the tourists they are coming, from where they are coming, and that information is being, then you will be sent again. I will say that you search for any room and lot many pop-up starts coming, like this is the best suitable room, and that means your information is somewhere compromised. And again, very surprising and a very interesting side, that like what are the epicenter last, like we have witnessed that Bharatpur, very surprising, a very small town in Rajasthan near Mathura, and very immature people they tried to attack, and it is almost like 18% of the all cyber crimes in India, they are being committed through this Bharatpur. They were like just calling the people through this as helpline services or calling centers, and they were just asking for the sensitive information. More or less, they are going for the social engineering. That means they were asking for the information which will be helpful in judging the password. And so you should be very crucial in accepting any friend request, because you will get very happy, like somebody is asking like very friendly to you, uh, very nice to you, then they ask what is your birthday date, or they must be saying, sending you some messages, good messages, but the end of the day what they're trying to sniff is your password, because more or less our passwords, they're revolving around this the date of birth of your spouse, your children, your siblings, somewhere they are being revolving. So we have to be very crucial in sharing, in accepting the request, or the information being shared, or just to clicking on to various type of the links which are being shared by the unknown people. So again, Jamtara, everybody must have seen the web series also. It is very small town, again very 5 6 immature people, they almost made the fool of 2,500 people. See, that is the exploitation of the very, they were not very techie friendly or very tech savvy people, or very what you professional in the information, or they were having the IIT degree. No, they were very immature, and they were just again they using the same tactic. They were just calling multiple people, posing to be a banking officer, or posing to be some like calling from some hospital or some other place. So they were just asking for the information. Again, deepfakes is some type of the scams, uh, like some type of the faces, some type of the information which is not actually there. So they are being AI generated faces, AI generated videos. So again, they are being challenged because they are being used as the honey traps also, and other. Then IDs could be synthesized, the political manipulation and voiceover. See, even my one of my colleague, I won't mention, but they're very senior. So I just want to mention the extent of uh, this AI being used and how they can be exploited. See, one of our professor here, excuse me, they it's a actual excuse me, type of the case. They received excuse me, one call that your son is not met with one accident, and you need to pay 50,000. And they even they made his son to talk to him. Can you imagine that that voice was being AI generated, and that his son was made to talk to him and he actually paid 50,000. And within half an hour he came to know that he's being befooled, and he has to be reactive, and he approached like like I came to know, and we asked like we immediately should report to the cybercrime thana. And excuse me, that means we have to be very careful about these new technologies also. So excuse me, my throat is not okay. So recent cyber attacks. So I said like the most type of the agenda is most top ranked agenda is nowadays the espionage. That means how to spy the information, because every information is being stored into the systems of the country. So if it is, even if it is the missile information, so post Sindoor, the Pakistan, it is on record that like 1.5 million cyber attack targeted Indian website following Pahalgam terror attack. Then you must have come across the dance of Hillary, again, one type of the video which was being circulated through social media accounts. So I'll be going speedily, I suppose. Then Star Health, I always told you that the insurance claim is also being compromised because the information is very important. Why we are protecting information technology, information privacy, information security? Because information is a asset nowadays. Information is a asset for your organization. How? Because your website is having lot many information regarding your salary account, your date of birth, your personal detail, your detail of your spouses, what they're doing. So that information is very important, that so that is being compromised. They may be hosted in some type of the gray word, that is the dark web and deep web, that they may be sold. So these Star Health data, it was being sold somewhere in the deep web. We hardly browse. We being like, we only go to the Google, but those criminals, they are manipulating it and they are being selling it, some this information onto the altogether a different browser. And that is a challenge, because that is hard to identify the trail of those IP address of those people, those who are hosting that. Then again, the Bombay State Stock Exchange, that information, it was being halted from because it was hacked. Again, this APT, again post Pelgam, it was again one type of the attack we done by the Indian Defense Network. That unique our ID being attacked, DRDO, which is considered to the most protected type of the website, they are being also attacked by the phishing attacks. Then again, I have said that the AIMS information, because the patient information is very important, so that information is also being compromised. So why it is everybody is like, it's so on the high end? Why it is like shooting like anything? Because it is giving lot many. See, you always see this phase because which is having no identity, that is anonymity is there. That automation, if I tend to do, and I'll be showing one mother slide. So global, it is a global market. No legal boundaries are there. That's why you being the law the professional, I being the forensic expert, it is very fun. Our agenda is, as ma'am, Palvi ma'am has already mentioned, that our agenda is just to give justice to some, just to deliver the justice. And you being how that justice is being delivered, that trial must go fair, and that means my duty is how evidence could be procured, how that report can be put up in a very admissible manner. So if there is no legal boundary, somewhere it is a crime, somewhere it is not a crime. The global market, it is like a very flourishing business. And nowadays, see, there is a RAS type of the services, that is ransomware as a services is being given. Can you imagine? Some hackers, they are giving ransomware. You want this ransomware? Then they'll ask the organization, you want this ransomware? You want to attack somebody, or you want ransomware? You understand that they'll be hacking some information, then they'll be in exchange to that, they'll be asking for some money. For example, some website is being hacked, एंड आई सेड इट इज बीइंग असेट फॉर सम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. आपकी इंफॉर्मेशन पड़ी, आपकी आपकी बैंकिंग इंफॉर्मेशन पड़ी, आपकी सारी पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन पड़ी. सो दैट मीन्स यू विल बी आस्किंग, यू विल बी सीकिंग, बिकॉज आपके समर्थ पे आपका इंफॉर्मेशन है, आपके बच्चों का एग्जामिनेशन का फॉर्म है, उसको आपने भरना ही भरना है. दैट मीन्स आई हैव टू मेक इट रन. So what I'll be doing, I'll be paying that money to that person, and that is being served as a service. सर्विस दे रहे हैं उसकी. भाई ये 60 आपका जो आपको रैंसमवेयर मिलेगा, 30% आपका, 40% इफ समबडी हायर दोज सर्विसेज. सो इट इज बियॉन्ड आवर इमेजिनेशन के दिस सिनेरियो बहुत ही आगे चला गया है, विच इज हार्ड टू एड्रेस. दे आर इजी टू लर्न. कोई जरूरी नहीं है, मैंने सोच लिया है. लाइक आई गोइंग टू नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में भी, since I go to cybersecurity. See, I'll be sticking to this. So if I have thought of कि मैंने कोई crime करना है, कोई भी तरह का crime. For example, you want to send any type of the unwanted type of the email. What I need to have a system. System I said कि मैं 2000 का भी afford कर सकती हूँ, 1 लाख का भी afford. तो काम वो क्या करेगा, उसमें Gmail चल रही है तो वो I could send that information. So मेरे को second thing is आई हैव टू हैव द इंटरनेट। इंटरनेट कैसे मिलेगा? मेरे को कोई सर्विस प्रोवाइडर लेना पड़ेगा, सर्विस प्रोवाइडर दैट इज आईएसपी, इंटरनेट सर्विस प्रोवाइडर। सो वो रिलायंस हो सकता है, जियो हो सकता है, उस पे भी आपने नहीं लिया, यू आर नॉट एबल टू अफोर्ड, फ्री वाईफाई कहीं से मिल जाएगा। उसका फ्री वाईफाई क्या है? इफ देर इज no concern of the password, you can easily access that wi-fi. So the both things you have been that system also, you are being now assisted by the technology, that is internet. अब क्या करना है आपको? खाली क्राइम कमिट करना है, तो यू जस्ट गॉट टू नो द email of that person, how difficult it is to get the email. There is no difficulty in sending the in getting that email. That is may available, my email is available everywhere. You just check my name and it is available everywhere. It could be available with the ready wala also. It could be available by the anywhere, anywhere in the world. So your email, which is very prevalent, which is why I'm talking about, your email is the gateway to get the hacking done. No? Your everything is information is being, any Gmail you check in, any Google account you check in, you purchase a mobile and you just want to be in networking, the first thing you need to have your Gmail. That means it is a gateway. So which is easily available. The second thing need to be है, किसी ने आपको hack करना ही है, तो the second thing is your password. ना? So that means anybody which has a thought of like he or she want to commit some type of crime, the tool that person is having, the motive that person is having, the thing which you can minimize is, I'll be showing that triangle, that is the intrusion triangle, the opportunities that is being can be minimized. So these all are the concern why it is being increasing. So if we have talked about the extent of threats, that means the 50% part is like, I just want to emphasize. Why I wanted to emphasize? Because I wanted to know the importance of cybersecurity, which is almost, I must, I have no doubt, like to say that it is almost secondary for any organization to go for the cybersecurity. We are only concerned to just to run your website or just to run our servers. There is no concern, no emphasis we are putting right now to be very, very careful about this cybersecurity, right? So, what is cybersecurity? Just to minimize the measures of attack. This is what I could say. So, if you read about it, is a crucial field dedicated to protecting computer system, network, data from unauthorized. Why lot many terms being? Because in the IT Act also, if you go for the section 43, that would mention that it is not only the computer system, it is computer network also, it all the accessories also, and it is data also, which is being unauthorizedly compromised, that is being called as the crime. So why it is required? I'll always give you an example of your organization. I already mentioned you must be giving your information onto the Smart portal or some other your website, or you must be seeking some information to the website. So it is very important because all your profile is onto your website. It is an asset. It will increase your confidence, and it will increase the confidence your organization. Obviously it will increase the productivity, so it need to be protected. So access control बहुत important is. Then the CIA threat, that's what I was talking about. In cyber security, it's very important that the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. See, again, website का example देती रहूंगी. The confidentiality is what information is being uploaded onto your website, that it is a confidential. You have given furnished that information, and it has to be very confidential, and it should not be manipulative. Integrated is the way it is being uploaded, it should not be disturbed. For example, maybe in the next slide, see, yeah. So I would want to the speaker want to say some to the listener and some messages things, and that means confidentiality, it is being closed. It is nobody should listen to it. That is confidentiality. And the letter it is being sent, it should reach to the person the way it has been sent. Not everybody that in between somebody is opening this letter and it is manipulating that data, and then it is that is integrated. And availability, I wanted to send it at a very speedy manner, that it should be reached to the not anybody who's snipping and disturbing the network, and it is not available. That's the concern for the I would say these cyber security officials. See, many people, they go for the certification of the cyber security information officers. So they all have to adhere to this parameter कि इतनी ज्यादा सिक्योरिटी ना लगा दें कि वो मैसेज भी अवेलेबल ना। क्यों हम एनक्रिप्शन कर देंगे? एनक्रिप्शन, यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड ऑफ एनक्रिप्शन, यस और नो? यस, एनक्रिप्शन। Am I audible, Amrita ji? Encryption. Hello. Hello. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Encryption, anybody has heard of encryption?
Yes, ma'am.
क्या होता है ये?
Ma'am, like encrypted messages are the logged messages which can be accessed by the two persons, like the person who has sent this and the person who has received it.
अनलॉक मतलब ऐसा कि मैंने इसको कोई की दे दिया है, या मैंने इसकी इंफॉर्मेशन को ऐसे जम्बल्ड कर दिया है कि मैंने इनक्रिप्ट कर दिया है। ए की जगह बी यूज हुआ होगा, सी की जगह डी यूज हुआ होगा, तो मैंने इसको जम्बल्ड कर दिया है। तो वो समझ कौन पाएगा? जिसके पास वो अदर एंड पे की होगी, दैट इज कॉल्ड इनक्रिप्शन। पर मैं इतनी ज्यादा इनक्रिप्शन लगा दूं को उसको अपना डाटा बहुत ज्यादा यूज करना पड़ जाए उसको डिक्रिप्ट करने में, या वो फाइल इतनी हैवी हो जाए, बिकॉज अगेन उसने कोई डाटा का अपना कोई साइज है, उसने किसी ट्रैफिक से किसी पाइपलाइन से निकलना है, इसको इस तरह से सोचिए। मैं इसको इतना हैवी कर दूं सिक्योर करने के चक्कर में कि वो अदर एंड तक ना पहुंचे। तो मेरे सारे ही कंसर्न है, मेरे को साइबर सिक्योरिटी में सब कुछ देखना है। सो दिस इज नॉट लाइक एक्चुअली माई कंसर्न, साइबर सिक्योरिटी पूरा एज ए प्रोफेशनल देखते हैं, दे हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ दिस CI ट्रैक। सो दैट व्हाट आई वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट। हेलो।
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, participants are answering in the chat box. You can check their answers there because not everyone has the speaking rights. So they are writing
Okay,
in the
okay.
chat box.
Okay, good enough.
Thank you, ma'am.
So intrusion, I that was said that आपको opportunities को बहुत कम करना है। आपके पास सब अवेलेबल है, आपके पास everybody is having the availability of the tools, techniques, दोनों की चीजें हैं। द अपॉर्चुनिटी आप जितनी कम करेंगे, आप जितने लूप होल्स कम देंगे, उतने आप साइबर अटैक से बचे रहेंगे। So we cannot rely on to the single option. We have to go for the multiple options for the cyber security. That means एक एक चीज करके हमारा भला नहीं होगा। वी हैव टू हैव द मल्टीपल लेयर्स ऑफ द सिक्योरिटी। सी, it is, as I already mentioned in the starting, it could be preventive also, it could be active also, it could be reactive also. See, this is the physical security, that's the first line layer of the security. So that means physically how we can secure ourselves. Any example you can give? That obviously you have learned about the CCTV surveillance, lot many like 2-3 deliberations you have. So that is physical security. हमने CCTV सर्वेलेंस लगा दिया। कोई कंप्यूटर लैब है एक फिजिकल वर्ल्ड में, ठीक है? एक लैब है आपके, मे बी आपके लॉ डिपार्टमेंट में एक कंप्यूटर लैब है, एंड यू मेक इट श्योर कि इस पे कोई भी ज्यादा अटैक ना हो पाए। तो क्या होगा? उसके पहले सिस्टम को हमको सिक्योर करना पड़ेगा। वी नीड टू सिक्योर द सिस्टम्स। So what we can do, we can have multiple system in a room, we can have CCTV surveillance, we can have the call that log register, who is coming, who is going, उसका एंट्री हो सकता है। देन उसको भी इंश्योर करने के लिए that only authorized person they could enter inside that lab is, you could have the biometric options, right? So on the top of that, you could have guards, you can have key and locks. That's how those फिजिकल सिक्योरिटी कैसे कर सकते हैं। अब उसमें नेटवर्किंग भी आ गया। भाई नेटवर्किंग दे रहे हैं तो वी नीड टू हैव द नेटवर्किंग डिवाइसेस आल्सो। सो यू मस्ट हैव द राउटर आल्सो, इंटरनेट सर्विस प्रोवाइडर आल्सो, यू कुड हैव लैन आल्सो। सो द मल्टीपल वायर्स, फाइबर्स। एक सिस्टम को दूसरे सिस्टम से बात कराने के लिए सिंपल लैब में क्या चाहिए होगा? फाइबर केबल चाहिए होगा। और अगर हम वाइड एरिया नेटवर्क में जाते हैं, लैन वैन मैन आपने सुना होगा। सो वाइड एरिया में यू नीड टू हैव मल्टीपल routers also, gateways also, and the hubs and switches also. So these also can be protected physically, and they have to be logically also, and they have to be protected actively also. So that is the first line of the physical security. And then the perimeter and network security. Perimeter matlab how the extended accessories they could be like, if I protect it onto the physical level. अभी क्या हुआ, अभी कोई इंफॉर्मेशन मेरे पास वायरस ऑनलाइन आ रहा है, अब मेरे को क्या करना पड़ेगा, आई हैव टू गो फॉर द नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटी। मैंने इसको सिस्टम्स को तो सिक्योर कर लिया, एक लैब में सिस्टम दिए थे, मैंने बहुत मल्टीपल उस पे क्राइटेरिया लगा दिए, मैंने उसको बायोमेट्रिक सिक्योरिटी भी लगा दिया, सब कुछ कर दिया। बट any information which is transferring through those wires and which is not cannot be seen by me, now I have to be actively very concerned. So for that I have firewalls, I could have the antiviruses, I could have different measures where I could have intrusion detection system, being forensic expert or the cyber security expert, intrusion detection system भी हो सकता है। Then endpoint has to be secured, that is server has to be secured, application security. We being like very prone to a very playing games without knowing their review, without knowing their backend coding, we just install any type of the application into our system, which may pose some type of the challenge in terms of compromising our security. Then data security, obviously some data is being secured, that has to be protected. That is mission critical assets, that I've said that any government organization or some missile information that could be taken as the critical assets, which could be. Then policy, this is proactive policy management. Then reactive, if you happen to have some type of the crime and how you're going to address it in future. That's what I mean by the reactive. So that's what the multi-layer security means, and that what we have to do it just to make ourselves, तो एक ही मेजर लेके हमारा भला नहीं होने वाला, हमको मल्टीपल ऑप्शंस है। सो दीज आर द नेटवर्किंग डिवाइसेस, यू एवरीबॉडी जिनके घर में नेटवर्क लगे हैं उनको मॉडेम के बारे में सुना होगा, दैट दिस इंटरफेस कार्ड इज, लैपटॉप में इनबिल्ड होता है नेटवर्क इंटरफेस कार्ड, इसके बिना हम नेटवर्किंग सर्फ नहीं कर सकते। रिपीटर्स आपकी इंफॉर्मेशन को रिपीट करते हैं, हब्स हैं जस्ट टू आपकी इंफॉर्मेशन को डिसएमिनेट करने के लिए, अगेन स्विचेस हैव द सेम रोल बट विद द कंट्रोल मेजर। राउटर्स आर दोज दो आपकी इंफॉर्मेशन को रूट करते हैं, बिकॉज हमें बहुत सारे प्रोटोकॉल फॉलो करने होते हैं। देन ब्रिजेस, देन गेटवेज। सो these are the simple physical security I just mentioned about, आपने surveillance लगा दिया, that's what you have learned about. So this is when you come in networking, the second layer of the, so ये एक OSI मॉडल है, आपको नाम अभी, that is open system interconnection, 1985 में दिया है। एक hypothetical मॉडल है through which whole the networking works, and every networking you have multiple protocols. These names, if you can go through this IP address, this TCP, UDP, this all are the protocols, because and there is no honor of the networking, there is no honor of the internet. If you are in the networking, we have to have some type of the networking which everybody has to follow. That means every application, every type of the hardware which is coming up, they have to like very religiously follow these protocols just to be in networking, otherwise they cannot access the networking. So every level has to have that security level. Every these protocols, they have their own concern. So if you want, for example, you want to go for the networking, see, this is the networking layer. So everybody must have heard of the TCP IP model. This is transport, या TCP पड़ा है या IP, सारे की सारी जो वेबसाइट है, जो आपका वाइड एरिया नेटवर्क है, उस पे टीसीपी आईपी नेटवर्किंग के थ्रू ही नेटवर्किंग हो रहा है, जो इंफॉर्मेशन जा रहा है। आईपी बताता है कि कौन सा एड्रेस पे जाना है, कैसे रूट होना। टीसीपी को उसको how that information is being cut into the pieces, it is being encrypted, it is being sent, reassembling at the other end. So that has to be followed. You could have the UDP also, उसकी security level कम होता है। So you could opt anything, looking at your pocket, looking at your extent, आप कितना करना चाहते हो, उसको कितना secure बनाना चाहते हो। So why, excuse me. So you could have firewall, password, again, and the same things like list of networking measures which you can take. So best practices that document all changes in your software, classify potential entry points for the that कहाँ कहाँ पे आपकी कोई ऐसा पॉइंट हो सकता है जिस पे आप कॉम्प्रोमाइज हो सकते हैं. So use web application firewalls. So firewalls, ये लिखा है firewall. That is again the first line of the defense. आप usually ये opt करते हैं because they don't allow the unauthorized website to enter your system. वो पहले उसको आने नहीं देता. It is saying no to any type of the unauthorized or unindexed type of the website. Again, using then encrypt your information. Encryption itself is a safeguard also, and it is a challenge also because आप जितनी information encrypt कर देते हैं उतना कई बार हमें डिजिटल फॉरेंसिक एक्सपोर्ट को उसको डिक्रिप्ट करने में दिक्कत होती है और उस कारण थोड़ा एनालिसिस करने में चैलेंज आ जाता है या हमें इंफॉर्मेशन को पहुंचने में दिक्कत आ जाती है. सो अगेन वी यूज मल्टीपल टाइप ऑफ द decrypting options. Again, we have to rely on to different type of the tools. Use penetration testing. Hackers use करते हैं ethical hackers penetration testing को. They self attempt various type of the attack onto their application, their website, so that they can check the various type of the vulnerability levels in those websites or their applications. सो अपडेटेड अपनी जो भी एप्लीकेशन है आपका सिस्टम है उसको अपडेटेड अपडेशन लेना एक अच्छी चीज होती है बिकॉज बैकएंड पे क्या करता है कि ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम जो है फॉर एग्जांपल आप सबके पास आप ऑन एंड्रॉयड ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम होगा या विंडो पे काम कर रहे हो. मैं अगर एक लैपटॉप से कनेक्टेड हूँ मेरा विंडो बेस्ड है लिनक्स बेस्ड भी हो सकता है बट द इजी टू यूज इज विंडोज एंड एंड्रॉयड क्यों इतने पॉपुलर हो गए बिकॉज इसका इंटरफेस बड़ा इजीली इजी टू यूज है. ग्राफिकल यूजर इंटरफेस है मतलब फोटो देख देख के आप पता चल जाता है कैसे क्या करना है. एक बच्चा भी यूज कर सकता है एक बड़ा भी यूज कर सकता है. सो उसकी अपडेशन लेता है बैकएंड पे कोई कंपनी को पता चलता है कि मेरे ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम में ये बग आ गया मतलब ये बुरा कोई मॉलवेयर आ गया है उसको बैकएंड पे वो अपडेट करते हैं. या कोई वायरस आईओएस को पता चलता है कि यहाँ एंड्रॉयड को पता चलता है ये नया वायरस आया है वो अपडेट भेज देते हैं उसका एंटीवायरस. सो अपडेशन लेना कई बार पर कई बार फॉल्स अपडेशन भी आ जाता है. सो अगेन हम नोइंगली अननोइंगली विक्टिम बन जाते हैं. सो सेटअप द कुकीज हमें हमेशा अपनी प्राइवेसी लेवल्स एक दूसरा टेक अवे अगर आप मेरे लिए कुछ लेना चाहते हैं तो अपनी प्राइवेसी लेवल्स को हमेशा चेक ऑन करिए. आपकी प्राइवेसी हर लेवल पे दिया रहता है. गूगल भी प्राइवेसी देता है जी आपका जीमेल भी देता है आपका आपका कोई भी सोशल मीडिया अकाउंट व्हाट्सएप भी देता है आपका फेसबुक भी देता है. आपकी प्राइवेसी आप कितना किसी को दिखना चाहते हो किसको नहीं दिखना चाहते हो कि और कितने टाइम के लिए आपकी प्राइवेसी को जरूर सेट करिए बिकॉज ये क्या होगा आपकी प्राइवेसी अगर आप सेट नहीं करेंगे लेवल ऑफ प्राइवेसी नहीं सेट करेंगे तो एनीबडी कैन असेस योर दिस अकाउंट विच कुड बी अ विच उससे उससे हैकर भी अलाउ हो जाएंगे. कोई अनवांटेड इंफॉर्मेशन लेता है अगर आप विजिबिलिटी ज्यादा देंगे आपकी फोटो हर कोई देख सकता है. फोटो देखने से कोई कोई ऐसा भी देख सकता है कि आप घूमने गए हैं तो बैकएंड पे कोई चोर भी देख रहा है कोई स्टॉकिंग कर रहा है आपको कोई कोई कंटिन्यूअसली आप पे चेक रख रहा है ऑनलाइन तो वो आपकी पोजीशन जान पे आपको अटैक भी कर सकता है. सो दीज आर दी वेरियस consequences which could be faced if you don't set your privacy. इम्प्लीमेंट रियल टाइम मॉनिटरिंग. आप मॉनिटरिंग करते रहिए. आप अगर नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटी में कर रहे हैं तो आप रियल टाइम पूरा चेक करिए. आपका पूरा रियल टाइम सर्वेलेंस होना चाहिए कि क्या ट्रैफिक आ रहा है. फॉर एग्जांपल वायर शार्क एक तरह का टूल है जो हमें हेल्प करता है कि नेटवर्क कितना आ रहा है किस तरह का कोई अनवांटेड नेटवर्क तो नहीं आ रहा है तो उस पे वो चेक रख सकते हैं हम पूरा रियल टाइम. अपने एम्प्लॉयर्स को अपडेट करते रहिए. फॉर एग्जांपल वी आर कनेक्टेड वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट वी आर डेलिबरेटिंग ऑन दिस वी हैव टू हैव वेरियस टाइप ऑफ द अपडेट्स टू आर एम्प्लॉयर ऑल्सो के ये करना चाहिए. ट्रेनिंग करते रहना चाहिए ओरिएंटेशन करते रहना चाहिए. एंड मैनेज योर परमिशंस ऑल्सो एसेट परमिशन लेवल अपने प्राइवेसी लेवल्स. अगेन ये एआई का है साइबर डिफेंस. एआई इटसेल्फ इज ए साइबर डिफेंस की तरह काम कर सकते हैं. अगर चैलेंज है तो एआई का ही आंसर मिलेगा. सी एक एक वर्ड मैंने पढ़ा था देयर इज अ वॉर बिटवीन एआई एंड एआई राइट नाउ. सो एआई इज अ थ्रेट एंड उसका आंसर भी यही देगा। हमें हमें उसी तरह से आंसर करना है। अगर एआई, अगर हमारा सोचिए, कोई कोई प्रपोजल बनाने में हमें 20 दिन लगते हैं और वो 20 सेकंड में नहीं ले रहा है, तो उसका आंसर अगर हमें ढूंढना होगा तो वो एआई वर्सेस एआई ही करना होगा। सो दैट्स व्हाई वी हैव टू बी इक्विप्ड विद वेरियस टाइप ऑफ द एआई assisted tools only that would be answer to that query. कोलेबोरेशंस करनी पड़ेगी बहुत ज्यादा हमें। रिस्क मैनेजमेंट के लिए असेस कंट्रोल बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। मॉनिटर कंटिन्यूसली, ये अगेन द सेम स्लाइड आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट। पीरियोडिकली रीबूट करिए, बिकॉज रीबूट होने से आपका सिस्टम भी अपडेशन ले जाता है। बैकअप रखिए अपना, इंस्टॉल एंटीवायरस, और वर्क स्टेशन बंद कर दीजिए जब आपने काम नहीं करना है। इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट that default settings नहीं use करिए। anything being in default setting, even if it is your any type of the, like anybody is coming, like कोई आपके घर पे कोई वाईफाई देने आता है तो उसपे कोई अपनी डिफॉल्ट सेटिंग्स होती हैं, दैट लॉगिन करने के लिए है, पासवर्ड करने के। सो एनीबडी कैन हैव योर लाइक डाटा, टाइम आपका स्टील हो जाएगा। सो यू वोंट बी एबल टू यूज योर डाटा, although you are paying for that, but you won't be able. So you need to change those default setting which are given there. So password, again I said that password आप regularly change, और एम्प्लॉय को ट्रेनिंग दीजिए। और एक और इम्पोर्टेंट पैरामीटर है कि आप कैसे अपने आप को सेफ रखना है। फॉर एग्जांपल, आपका, मैं फिर से समर्थ पे आती हूँ कि समर्थ का बैकअप हमेशा लेके रखिए, बिकॉज इफ यू हैव बिकम विक्टिम इट मे टेक टाइम एट द बैक एंड इफ यू डोंट हैव बैकअप। सो यू हैव टू हैव योर डाटा इनटू द सर्वर्स, यू नीड टू हैव सम अदर लाइक टर्शरी टाइप ऑफ द मेमोरी होना चाहिए आपके पास। आप उसको मैग्नेटिक फिल्म में रिकॉर्ड कर सकते हैं। आपका, आपको उसको बैकअप नहीं ले लेंगे तो यू विल बी लॉस्ट समवेयर। सो अदरवाइज यू हैव टू पे फॉर द रैंसमवेयर। असेस कंट्रोल करना पड़ेगा आपको, यू नीड टू हैव द असेस कंट्रोल। So these are the various type of the, I say that they are being used by the hackers, they are being used by the cyber security expert, they can be used by the digital forensic experts also. So this is the Wireshark, this is the password auditing and packet sniffers। जैसे मैंने कहा कि किस तरह के पैकेट्स आ रहे हैं, कोई अनवांटेड तो नहीं आ रहा है। So end mapping is again scanning the vulnerabilities, किस तरह की मैपिंग कर रहा है। So Metasploit, anybody is working on to the hacking, they use these Metasploits. And this is the Kali Linux, which is the platform which is give you the virtual platform which help us to like like I could say just to uh, mm, protect my identity or just to conceal my identity on this virtual world. So एक virtual platform देता है हमको ये, जिसके थ्रू हम ये attacks perform करते। Now what are the uh, like regulatory compliance? Everybody knows, आप मेरे साथ law वाले personal colleagues जुड़े हुए हैं, that IT Act है हमारे पास, एक legal frameworks है which help us to address these type of the cyber crimes. Then personal data protection, देन एक स्टैंडर्ड है आईएसओ, ये नाम याद रखना चाहिए आपको, 27001, दैट हेल्प अस टू गिव स्टैंडर्ड गाइडलाइंस टू हाउ टू गो फॉर द साइबर सिक्योरिटी मैनेजमेंट। देन रिजर्व बैंक अच्छा आपको बहुत बार कहता रहता है, बहुत सारी गाइडलाइन इशू करता है, आप टीवी पे भी देखते रहते हैं, अमिताभ बच्चन जी भी कहते हैं कि अपना ओटीपी किसी से शेयर ना करिए, अपनी पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन किसी के साथ कॉम्प्रोमाइज ना करिए। बिकॉज आई ऑलवेज रिपीटेडली कह रही हूँ, आपकी वर्चुअल प्लेटफॉर्म पे आपका पासवर्ड ही है जो आपको आपको बचाता है या आपको कॉम्प्रोमाइज करता है। सो उसको बहुत ध्यान से, सर्ट इज द कंप्यूटर इमरजेंसी रिस्पांस टीम फॉर इन, ये इंटरनेशनल भी है और इंडिया की सर्ट इन है विच इज बीइंग वर्किंग अंडर द मेटी। दी कंप्यूटर इमरजेंसी रिस्पांस टीम ये गाइडलाइंस इशू करती है। ये इनकी भी साइट पे आप रिपीटेडली जाके देख सकते हैं कि क्या नए गाइडलाइंस आए हैं, जस्ट टू एनहेंस योर नॉलेज अबाउट द साइबर सिक्योरिटी। सो एज आई सेड, देयर इज अ वॉर बिटवीन एआई। तो ये क्या करना पड़ेगा, एआई इन साइबर सिक्योरिटी, ये फास्टन करेगा हमारी डिटेक्शन को, नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटी को सिक्योर करेगा, ऑथेंटिकेशन को, ऑनलाइन प्रिवेंट करेगा हमारे फ्रॉड्स को, बिकॉज वो स्निफ कर लेगा कि कोई अनवांटेड ट्रैफिक तो नहीं आ गया। सो फ्यूचर ट्रेंड्स वही है विच आई मेंशन, द क्लाउड अटैक्स, रैंसमवेयर। मैं बार बार कह रही हूँ कि रैंसमवेयर कमेटी बार बार इश्यूज कर रही है, IoTs, बिकॉज हमारी सारे अप्लायंसेज IoTs इंटरनेट से रिलेटेड हो गए हैं, स्मार्ट हो गए हैं. सो अगेन इस पे थ्रेट बहुत ज्यादा है. फिशिंग अटैक्स हम ऑलरेडी विटनेस कर रहे हैं. And these are the some of the insider attacks. So that's very important. Insider, the biggest attack which are being attempted is insider. So anybody in corporate houses, उसके लिए कोई asset है, कोई चीज, and that is not getting its due diligence in the time. किसी को प्रमोशन मिल गया, किसी को कोई जेलसी है, किसी को, बिकॉज दैट इंसाइडर नोज इंफॉर्मेशन कहाँ पड़ी है, उसको उसका पासवर्ड क्या है. So these are the most type of the सीरियस टाइप ऑफ द अटैकर्स. तो अगर ये इन्वॉल्व हो जाते हैं तो ऑर्गेनाइज क्राइम भी हो सकता है. दैट कुड बी अन ऑर्गेनाइज. फॉर एग्जांपल सलामी अटैक्स. सलामी अटैक्स क्या होता है, आपके बैंकिंग में क्या इंफॉर्मेशन जा रही है, कैसे जा रही है, उसकी अगर थोड़ी सी भी वैल्यू वो चेंज कर दे, तो दैट एंड अप इन डिफरेंट, ऑल टुगेदर अ डिफरेंट सिनेरियो. सो इफ एन इनसाइडर इज बीइंग इन्वॉल्व, एक ऑर्गेनाइज वे से उसको कर रहा है, देन इट विल बिकम ए वेरी enhanced and very pronounced type of the attack. So again the same numbers are there कि किस तरह से फोरकास्ट हो रहा है हमारा आगे फ्यूचर में. So तो अगर आप हम एक्सक्यूज मी विक्टिम बन ही गए हैं इन चीजों के, so how we can address these things. सो साइबर क्राइम पोर्टल है, एवरीबडी नोज. आप साइबर क्राइम पोर्टल पे आपकी आइडेंटिटी कंसील कर सकते हैं. यहाँ पे कुछ दिया हुआ है, रिपोर्ट अगेंस्ट दी आपने, मतलब एज ए वीमेन करना है, एज ए चाइल्ड करना है, तो आपकी आइडेंटिटी को पूरा. बट आप इस पे पोर्टल पे जाते हैं, आपकी ईमेल को अगेन लॉग इन करते हैं, आपका पूरा नंबर अटैच होता है, आपका पूरा ट्रैकिंग देता है वो कि आपकी फाइल यहाँ यहाँ चली गई है, एंड दैट विल बी मार्क टू ए रिस्पेक्टेड थाना ऑल्सो. सो दैट्स that's how you can report to such type of the crimes, right? Then, so this is the number you were hearing of, like पीछे कुछ महीने में आप ये इस नंबर को सुन रहे थे बार बार, बिकॉज गवर्नमेंट ने बहुत ज्यादा ध्यान दिया है. एक क्राइम जो बहुत बढ़ गया था. कैन यू नेम दो दैट क्राइम? एनीबडी? हेलो? हेलो? हेलो?
यस मैम.
ये ये नंबर आप सुन रहे थे क्या? कहाँ सुन रहे थे आप ये नंबर?
विंटन सर,
क्या?
विंटन सर, मोबाइल से.
हाँ, जब आप किसी को कॉल कर रहे थे तो ये नंबर, ऑल्दो हमें बहुत वो भी कर रहा था कि 10 सेकंड के लिए, 20 सेकंड के लिए एक, शायद अमिताभ बच्चन जी बोल रहे थे कि ये आप अपने को कोई कॉल आती है तो अनवांटेड को एड्रेस ना करिए, आपको कोई इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग एजेंसी वाला डायरेक्टली कॉल नहीं करेगा. सो दैट मीन्स दैट क्राइम वाज नेम्ड एज डिजिटल अरेस्ट. इतना ज्यादा बढ़ गया है. अभी सिटिंग जज भी इसके क्या कहते हैं, विक्टिम बन गए. अभी DIG बन गए एक, एंड दे हैव टू पे फॉर लैक्स रुपीज, बिकॉज दे वर डिजिटली कंट्रोल्ड. जैसे एक जेल में किसी को कंस्ट्रिक्ट कर देते हैं, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड द डिजिटल अरेस्ट. आपको दे आस्क यू टू सिट इन फ्रंट ऑफ कैमरा, अदरवाइज योर इन्फॉर्मेशन विल बी लीक. दे आस्क फॉर एवरी स्टेप यू हैव टू. दे वर लाइक डेली न्यूज. आज भी सुबह मैंने पढ़ा, दे वर लाइक डिजिटली अरेस्ट हो गए हैं फॉर, पर we have to be very crucial. That's why they were saying this. In case of any such type of information, you just go to this helpline number. बार बार बोला जा रहा था. This is just to looking at the what you say, the pronouncement of that crime, that the government has to issue this thing, right? And the last, uh, I would say the technology is good thing, but control is better one. We using that technology is good, but using it technology precisely it will be a wiser decision for all of us, just to be secure, because there is prevention is always better than cure. There is no other way out, just to make yourself secure in this cyberverse. That's from my side. Thank you. Hello.
Thank you, ma'am, for such a comprehensive and informative session. Participants are requested to post their questions in the chat box.
Yeah, now I can check those chat box. It's not precisely yes, no, they have written.
We have a question from Mr. Gaurav Yadav, ma'am. In a society where algorithms increasingly determine visibility, access, and exclusion, should algorithmic bias be treated as a form of indirect discrimination under constitutional law?
In a society where algorithm increasingly determines visibility, access, and exclusion, should algorithms bias be treated as a form of indirect discrimination under constitution? Can you elaborate on this, Gauravji, if you're hearing to me? What exactly you want to it looks like a tailored question. Can you just tell me what you exactly want to ask me?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello,
Ma'am, my
Gaurav.
question is primarily based upon because everything in the digital era based upon the algorithm. Because what
Right.
I want to see or what will be the suggestion by the YouTube or any platform, it is based upon my history.
Yeah.
So directly I am restricted to view the second ideology, which is against that particular historical things.
See, Gauravji, there is nothing like choice I can give you that it should be there, not because I said if you have to be in networking, you have to follow some type of the protocols. And the protocols, they have their own hierarchy. We and you don't have control on this wide area network. That protocol has to be followed. If it has to be that the information has to be rooted on that and that way that a hash value has to be created, that has to be created. You cannot control that. You can only if you compromise on that, you will be compromised on to your security. I could say you go for the user data packet interface, then you'll be the plain text will be going, then your information can be compromised at any level. So it is not my choice, I would say. It is only my like how you want your security or you don't want your security. Otherwise, you have to follow some protocols because you are in networking. Networking is not going as per our choices, dear. That's what my answer.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Thank you for your answer, ma'am. Do we have any more questions? Please post them in the chat box.
Dr. Najjot, I have question.
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Najjot, as there is CRT in, right?
You're not audible, ma'am. Can it be a little louder?
I'm audible?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay, okay. So, Dr. Navjotji, we have CRT in to settle the dispute regarding cyber fraud and all, right? So, I wanted to know the mechanism how this CRT in works. This is one question. And second question, uh, there is a number 1930 to report the fraud about cyber fraud. Does it really work to
You're asking about CERT, ma'am?
solution to give the solution?
Are you asking about CERT, ma'am?
Huh?
You're asking about CERT?
No, I'm asking CRTE, जो dispute resolution.
Yeah, that is CERT, Computer Emergency Response Team,
Correct.
right? That's the Indian version. So
Yes.
it works under MATI, but it is more or less in the not in like any type of the national level crime if it is coming across. So whatever tools they are having, the same tools maybe we are also using at the forensic end, but they may have the accessibility at a faster rate because the information which is being stored, any information, ma'am, you can understand any information even if it is a threat. The first thing we need to have that what is the IP address from where it is being posted and where it is being hosted. I, being a forensic expert, am very hindered to get that information of IP address, because I have to approach the police organization. Then police organization, they'll ask for if it is has to be make admissible. You understand the criteria, because every evidence has to be. Otherwise, IP address, for getting the IP address, I could have come some third party tool, that IP locator I can have. I go for practical for my students. So we can locate the IP address, but that is not admissible in the court. For getting it admissible, it has to be come from the Google. For that means that server which is residing somewhere in Manchester, somewhere in America, that's very hard for me to get in. So that minimally takes 3 months time. For that, if we are having AMLET treaty, that is that mutual legal treaty, if we are having some with some countries, so in that case, they're easy for the government organization. For example, for the cert, it is easy to get the information, but it is hindrance for me, because a very small effort which is being required as a preliminary, that very initial step, that is very very difficult for me. That's why the crime is increasing. I tell you, madam, that only the 0.001% the cases they are reaching to the trial, that to stumble because the lack of the evidence being admitted in the court of law. So the crime that is happening at every second, and where that is taking, the trial time is taking maybe 3 month time just to get the IP address. That is a long duration we are having, and the gap is a lot more. And there are lack of cyber experts which can analyze these. Experts are very like. That's why I said we are deliberating on this, because it is a very good professional option also right now. So we and you being like deliberating on this as an academician, but if you go to the practical level, the challenges are lot many fold enhanced. So that's how the cert they could have free, and I could so in मैं अपने आप को कंपेयर करूं या ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को कंपेयर करूं, तो उस कंसर्न में सर्ट थोड़ा सा इजीली उसको असेस कर सकता है, उसको इजीली फास्टर कर सकता है, तो वो उसकी मेरे को लगता है फ्रीडम है.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you, Dr. Ramzit.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Hope I could answer it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
There's another question from Mr. Gaurav Yadav. It's in the
Yes.
chat box. To what extent are the international standards like ISO, IEC 27001 legally persuasive or binding in Indian courts while educating cybersecurity or data breach disputes?
Yeah, they're very admissible because it is a standard. It has been given, it is guideline is being given by the CERT also, that you have to follow this. If you have to follow this 27001, you have to follow this. For the cybersecurity, you have to follow, but we are not following. That's why again the lacuna. They have given the guidelines that, for example, for your organization, you should use the standard type of the Windows. Then how many of you are keeping the audit on this? That how many of you are using that standard type of the Windows, standard type of the software? How many is it being audited? It is not being audited in our organization. Like how many of you? We all are using the cracked window. 1 year we are getting the standard window, and next year we are getting the cracked. Everybody can have the cracked windows. That means that is not having the standard updation which should be there. That means we are not in line with that ISO standard which is being issued by the, so that again raises a concern. Yes, okay, we are not following the guideline. We should be adhere to. Okay. Excuse me. Is it okay, Gauravji?
I hope it is, ma'am. There's another
Yes.
question from Ms. Radha.
Yes.
Is cyber surveillance justified in the name of security when it potentially infringes on individual privacy?
There is lot deliberation on this, that like CCTV, how it should be used. You have already deliberated on, because it obviously infringes. See, it comes across the forensic experts also, because when we are having any type of the hard drive, so we are being asked to, we don't have the information what is being residing inside that. For example, some mobile is coming. So there is lot many concern, like what information is of my concern, what is not, because in that also many personal pictures, many private like movement of those persons, they are being residing inside that. So some type because we are we have the obligation to analyze that instrument. We have to check on that. We have to assess it. Similarly, because there is still no surveillance policy is being, bill is still pending. So I hope this bill will get, when it will get through, they must have deliberated on this. All these lawmakers, they must have taken this purview of this privacy concern, because CCTV again, कोई घर पे लगा ले रहा है, कैसे लगाना है, कितनी देर के लिए लगाना है, कौन सा कैमरा यूज करना है, उसका डाटा कितनी देर तक स्टोर रखना है. There is no policy right now. So once it is come in, the like bill comes up, we hope that will be having all these criteria. It is up to the lawmakers, I suppose.
Thank you, ma'am. And now that we don't have any more questions, I would request all the participants to please turn on their cameras for a group photo.
Dr. Navjot, actually,
Yes, sir.
yeah. One query, in fact, regarding this number, toll-free number 1930.
Yes,
The
109.
I think a few months back, a student came to me saying that कि मैम मेरा टेलीग्राम जो ग्रुप होता है ना, जैसे व्हाट्सएप
Yes, yes, sir.
ये मेरा टेलीग्राम आईडी हैक हो गई है.
Yes, sir.
She made a call on 1930. So
Yes.
there was no response.
1093 is majorly, ma'am. Yeah. Let you complete. Yes, yes.
Then उसके बाद फिर anyhow repeating कॉल के बाद में नंबर उठा, बोले ठीक है, I have registered your complaint, we'll get back to you. और उसको आज तक जवाब नहीं मिला.
Yes. That's what I was telling you, ma'am, because the same thing I can tell you, very simple one. The very unwanted type of the mails I was getting, I registered my on this portal, and it was also referred to my respective thana also. And when I went there, madam, 3 महीने का time लगेगा, 3 महीने का time. Since it was no serious concern was there, they hardly paid any attention, and there was no answer. It has been like 3-4 years, and I never followed also, because उनको कोई मतलब नहीं है. Obviously, the 1093 जो financial fraud होता है, मैम, अगर if it is mainly meant for financial frauds, if you report it repeatedly, 24 घंटे के अंदर कर देते हैं इसको, तो what happens, जो मनी आपकी ट्रांजेक्शन में होती है वो फ्रीज हो जाती है, तो आपको कुछ पार्शियल मनी जो कहीं डेस्टिनेशन पे नहीं पहुंची होती वो मिलने के चांसेस होते हैं. That's why in case of digital arrest, they are mentioning this number. जी मैम, जी जी.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request participants to please turn on your cameras for the group photograph.
Kindly share with me also. Thank you. नमस्कार द्विवेदी जी.
Thank you, dear participants. I now